Hello everyone, this is Game Mom 77 and I'm back. And today I'd like to show you guys how you can mod your ARCADE1UPs with LED buttons. Before we get started, I want you to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, share the video, and leave a comment below. First thing I want to show you is the golden axe. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, you may have seen the images that I shared of the golden axe in the NBA Jam. For those of you who haven't, here's your first look. And this is the golden axe with LED buttons. And this is the NBA Jam with the buttons completed. Guys, see how cool this looks. And this is our Game Room Solutions Level Up cabinet, and the buttons are already done on this one. Now I want to show you guys our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cabinet. We also changed out the buttons on this. Cool this cab looks now with these LED buttons. Now I have one more cabinet to show you guys. The last cabinet that we changed out the buttons is for Pac-Man 40th edition, and this looks really good with the LED buttons. So today I'm going to show you guys how you can install the LED buttons onto Miss Pac-Man. So let's get her started. Now I'm going to show you my process for installing the LED buttons. The first thing I like to do is remove the plexi from the control panel. So I'm going to get that off and I'll be right back. Now that I've removed the deck protector, I'm going to unscrew the dust cover from the back of the control panel. The cover's off, and this is how it looks underneath. To get started, we're going to need needle nose pliers, wire cutters, electrical tape, and an LED button kit. Now I purchased my LED button kit from DIY Retro. So now that we have everything that we need, let's get started. First thing you want to do is open your buttons, and you want to organize everything so that it'll be easy to install. Now if you purchase from DIY Retro, you're going to receive LED buttons, adapter ring, you're going to receive a wire harness, the jumping wire. They also include a bat top, but I'm going to use the ball top that we already have, and you'll receive a Y adapter for the power supply. You want to use your wire cutters to remove the zip tie, but you want to be very careful because you do not want to cut any of the wires. Now that the zip tie is removed, we're going to remove the wires from the buttons. Now you want to do one button at a time so that you don't get confused with rewiring it back together. So I'm going to remove the wire from the first button. And I'm going to follow this wire all the way to the circuit board. And this is where the pliers are going to come in handy also, because ARCADE1UP glues down the wires, and we'll take that out. And now we'll squeeze the sides so that we can push the button through. And we have just removed our first button. Now that we've removed the old button, I want to show you what the new button looks like inside. The left top, you have the positive. The right top, you have the negative. This is the power for the LED button. The bottom is for the wire jumper that connects to the circuit board. Now I'm going to get it installed. Now I'm going to put my button in, and you want to make sure that the arrows are pointing up in the direction towards the circuit board. And now I'm going to add the adapter ring. And we have that on. And the next step is going to be our wire harness. Now that I have the button installed, I'm going to add the wiring harness. I want to add the red side to the positive. You just want to push this all the way down. Hear it click. and I'm going to add the black side to the negative. And these are for the power for the LED button. Now I'm going to add the jumping wire, and it's the same process. You're going to add the red to the positive side, and you're going to add the black to the negative side, and you're going to connect this part to the circuit board. Okay, and now we're going to get started with the next button. It's going to be the same process. Now that I have the new button installed and I have the wire removed from the circuit board, I'm going to daisy chain the wire harness from one button to the next button. Now that I have the harness wire daisy chained for the power, I'm going to connect the jumper wire to the circuit board. Okay, so these are my first two buttons. Now let me remove the last button. And you want to make sure your arrows are going up. Same process. Now we're going to daisy chain the wire harness. Now if you need to, you can skip one or two lengths to get to your button. And remember, the red is the positive, and that's on your left top. Just want to push that down. And then your black is your negative, and that's going to be on your right. Now we just have to add our jumper wire. And then we're going to connect the jumper wire to the circuit board. Now with these extra wires, you can cut them with your wire cutters and then tape them with your electrical tape. Now everything's wired up. Now I forgot to mention to you guys that when you get started, you always want to start from this end with the wire harness, and you want to daisy chain your way down this way. Now this is the part of the wire harness that you're going to connect to the power. And inside of the kit, there is the Y adapter cable that's included. So I'm going to use this cable, and I'm going to connect it this way. And because I have the LED TMOLDING on the Miss Pac-Man, I'm going to use the Y adapter to connect to the light. And now I'm going to plug it up so we can see if I connected the LED buttons correctly. And we have lights. So we have our two white buttons and our yellow button for Miss Pac-Man, and this is the front of the LED TMOLDING. Now I'm going to get it hooked back up and you'll see how it looks all put together. Now Miss Pac-Man is complete. We have the control panel back into the cabinet, and you see the LED lights. We have the yellow, the 2 white, and I just want to demonstrate to you guys that the buttons do work. So we're going to press the A button to select a game. Then we're going to press the player 1 button, and then we're going to press it again to start the game. And then if you hold it down, it'll go back to the main menu. And we have Miss Pac-Man with LED buttons, and she looks good. The only downside to wearing your LED buttons this way is if you use the power button to turn your game off, the LED buttons will stay on. Now the way we get around this is we have a smart plug. You can also use a 6-way plug to control the power, or you could purchase a power switch from DIY Retro to turn the lights on and off. I hope that you found this video to be informative, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. I want to thank you for watching. This is Game Mom 77, and I'm out.